Hey, this is Brian Wall with worshiptutorials.com. This is a tutorial for the song No Other Name from the Hillsong album, Hillsong Worship, No Other Name. It's a really great song, and it's kind of a medium tempo song. The BPM on this one is 74, and it is in the key of G. So head over to worshiptutorials.com, and you can, well, for one, you can download the chord chart. It's available in the key of G, which is what the song is in, and A, and then it will be available in some other keys, which would be suitable for a female lead as well. So you'll be able to play this one whether you're doing a male vocal lead or female vocal lead. That chart is available for sale at worshiptutorials.com. And you get lyric charts and you get Nashville charts, and you also get a number chart if you want to transpose it to whatever key you like. Head over there to Worship Tutorials. There's a video that explains exactly what those things are. And you can also see chord diagrams and strumming patterns and all kinds of things when you get there. Here are the chords in this song, and I gotta warn you, there are a lot of chords in this song because they're in the verse. It walks up and down a lot, so you can follow that on guitar. But I can also teach you a way that sort of simplifies it. But in the key of G, so we're going to use a G. There is a C. There's an E minor. Now you can play your E minor like this, or you can play it like sort of the suspended version, where you're fretting the third fret on the high B and E strings. Either way works. And there's a D. And oftentimes I will play it as like a D2, or let the high E string ring open. Now there are some other chords in this song like a D over F sharp, which is really easy. All you gotta do is wrap your thumb around and grab the low E string on the second fret. That is an F sharp. You can also play it with this fingering. Whatever works best for you in that part of the song. There's an A minor. The A minors, you can also kind of play an A minor 7, which is just leave this ring finger off and let the E, A, D, G string ring open. Either one will sound fine. And there's a G over B. So that's easy. You just play G and don't play the low E string. So the first string that rings out is this B, which is the A string on the second fret. There is a G over D. Now when this song comes in, or when this chord comes into play, I kind of play it a different way. I actually am, you go to this G over D from a C. So what I do is I slide up, so my middle finger is on the A string, 5th fret, and then I get the B string, 3rd fret with my index finger. It's kind of a stretch. But it works in the song, and you'll see where it comes into play. It's in the second half of the chorus, or I call it a pre-chorus of the song. So let's see. G, D over F sharp, G, A minor, C over D, G over B. I think we got it. So this is how it goes. Well, first of all, let's talk strumming pattern. There are kind of 3 different different sort of feels that you can do with your strumming in this song. So like the intro and the first verse is just really mellow. So you can kind of just play just down strums on the 1 or wherever the chord changes are. Eventually you're going to kind of want to pick that up, and the easiest way to do that and leave some room to go later is down strum. So if you think on 8th notes, so if you think 1, 2, 3, 4. 8th notes would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and just down strum on those, and strum harder on the downs. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and you notice this is the chorus. Okay, and then when you want to really open up the song and get a little bigger, do this. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. Let's slow it down. Down, up, down. down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let's talk about the intro. The intro is exactly like the verse. On the album, they kind of have electric lead part, but you can play it, just go like this. G, 2, 3, D over F sharp, G, A minor, G, D over F sharp, E. That felt like a mouthful and fast chord changes, and it kind of is, but those changes all are happening on every beat. So it's G, D over F sharp, G, A minor, G, D over F sharp, E. And that is like a walk up and a walk back down. So I'm just going to count it and play it at the same time, and you'll see, and the chords will move around right here. You'll see exactly how this goes. So G, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, D over F sharp, G. Play it one more time. And that gets you into the verse, which is exactly the same thing. And so it goes 1, 8, holds weight above them all. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, his fame. 2, 3, outlast the earth he formed. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, his praise. So we get there into that pre-chorus section, and it goes G over B, C, G over B, C, G over D. That's where this interesting chord variation that I play came into play. Back to C, G over B, E minor, G. Then you kind of do that again, G over B, C, G over B, C, G over D, C, G over B, E minor, and then you play a C. So let me go through that pre-chorus again, and I'll count it. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'll play it and kind of say how the words go on top of it. Okay? His praise resounds beyond the stars, 2, and echoes in our hearts. The greatest name of all. And then a C. Sorry, the greatest one of all. And then we get into the chorus, and from here on out it gets a lot easier. So don't worry about all these chords. Let me sing the verse and pre-chorus for you, and then I'll show you a simple way, and then we'll move on. Okay? One name holds weight above them all. Stay on that E minor. His fame. His fame outlast the earth he formed. Okay? His praise is pre-chorus. And his praise resounds beyond the stars and echoes in our hearts. The greatest one of all to see. Lift up our eyes, see the King. That's where you start your down strums. Okay, so let's see, how do we simplify this? Well, you can kind of skip over all the movement chords. So that'd be like so for the verse, you could just stay on a G. One name holds weight above them, to an E minor. Oh. just go back to the G. And his fame outlasts the earthly E minor. So in the verse, you can just go G to E minor. Then pre-chorus, you can just go C. His praise resounds beyond the stars of E minor, and G echoes in the house. That's a C. The greatest one of E minor, C. So hopefully what you can see there is you can just play the G to E minor, the main chords that move the progression without all of the walk-ups and walk-downs. If you can play those, that's cool. And they add to the song, they add to the arrangement, but you don't have to play them. If you're beginning, you can get by without it. I would work on them though, because it's great. It's a great practice tool for changing chords, for accuracy, for timing, that kind of thing. But you don't have to do it. Okay, so let's move on to the chorus. So lift up our eyes is G. Light of the world is E minor. Defeated one, reaching out for us. There is no other name is G over B. There is no other name is C. Jesus Christ our God, E minor to C. Seated on high is G, the undefeated one. This part's really easy. Mountains bow down is E minor as we lift him up. There is no other name is G over B, just like before. There is no other name C. Jesus Christ our God, E minor to C. And then it goes back to verse 3. Find hope, and it drops. So I should say verse 2 comes right after verse 1. There's 2 verses back to back, and then you hit the chorus. So verse 2, it ends on the same line, the pre-chorus 2, I should say, as pre-chorus 1, the greatest one of all. I'm going to sing that, and then I will sing the chorus and show you how it goes, and we'll do the bridge, and then we'll be out of here with this song. You'll get it down. So here we go. The greatest one of all, pre-chorus, starts in that G over B, and it walks up. The greatest one of all to see. Lift up our eyes, see the King has come. Light of the world, reaching out for us. To G over B, there is no other name. There is no other name. Jesus Christ our God. Now we're in verse 3. So you do verse 3, you do the chorus again. At the end of the second chorus, you get to a turnaround, kind of a solo section, and it really just holds G for 8 measures. 2, 2. So I'll just kind of show you how, and actually there's a little lead line there that you can play on the guitar, and it goes, you play it pretty easily on acoustic. It starts, it's this thing. And it just happens, it's on the second kind of half of that solo section, and it happens on the top 2 strings, the B and the E. So like you're playing a G chord, and it actually is a lot like the How He Loves line. Kind of the same thing. So it's 3, 3, 3, 3, 2 on the E, the high E, 3, 3, 3, 3, 2, 2, 2. Now you drop down to the B string, open 3, 1, open, high E, 3, 3, 3, 3, 2, open, 3, 1, open. And you can play it while you're playing the G. Pretty easily. I use my index finger to get the 2nd fret of that high E string. And you just need to mute the E, the high E, when you go to the B string part. So that turnaround section comes after the chorus. Jesus Christ our God. So here's the end of the chorus. Oh, Jesus. 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2. Here they play that line. This is 5, 6, 7, measure 7, measure 8. The earth will shake. That's the bridge. So it goes, the earth, G, will shake and tremble before him. To E minor, chains will break as heaven and earth sing. C, holy is the name. Holy is the name of Jesus. E minor, Jesus. To C, Jesus. Pretty simple. I'm going to sing it for you, and you'll see how it goes, and then I'll tell you how the song ends. So here we go. Bridge. The earth will shake and tremble before him. Chains will break as heaven and earth sing. Holy is the name. Holy is the name of Jesus. Jesus, Jesus. Sing it again. The earth will shake and tremble before him. Chains will break as heaven and earth sing. Holy is the name. Holy is the name of Jesus. Jesus, Jesus. To the chorus. Open our eyes. Lift up our eyes. King has come. Light of the world, reaching out for us. You play the chorus just like all the other choruses. The only difference is at the end there's kind of a tag, but it really doesn't change the progression at all. It just repeats the holy is the name. I'm sorry, there is no other name. There is no other name. So, there is no other name. That's the G over B. Is no other name. There is no other name. To E minor, there is no other name. I didn't quite hit that. Anyway, it's on the C. Jesus. And that's the end. And on the album, they do a little outro section, which I probably wouldn't do if I were leading this in church. And hopefully we do incorporate this song because it's really good. I probably would leave this off, but on the album, it goes like this. G to E minor to C to E minor, C, G. And that is included on the chord charts that you can get at worshiptutorials.com. But like I said, that's kind of a take it or leave it kind of a thing. If you wanted to play after the song, sort of in like a spiritual direction kind of a time, you could do that, or you could come up with your own progression. It would probably be easier just to come up with your own progression and stick to that, maybe G to C. That would be like the 1 to the 4. Just go back and forth. Be easier for your band, and people really wouldn't tell the difference, to be honest with you. But that's it. No Other Name by Hillsong. It can be a little complicated if you do all the walk up and walk down parts. But the chords are really not that difficult, and the structure of the song is actually pretty simple. It's a great song off their new album, No Other Name. Head over to worshiptutorials.com. We'll have a video there as well of me just playing through the song acoustic. There'll be chords that follow that so you can see how it goes just straight through. And then we'll have a bunch of resources over there as well. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye. Seated on high, the undefeated.
2, 3, 4,